Today's food is 4 inches of yam and 2 tablespoons of stew. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. What about the children? They will survive on the smell. The smell? They need to eat. The aroma will strengthen them. That was life in Martin's house. Everyone knew Martin, not because he was wealthy, not because he was generous, but because he was famously stingy. If stinginess had an award ceremony, Martin would collect gold, silver, bronze, and still demand his transport refund. In his home, nothing was free. When it was time to cook yam, Martin entered the kitchen like a laboratory expert. Tape measure in one hand, yam in the other. He placed it on the table, stretched the tape carefully, and counted out loud. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3. If the yam crossed his approved limit, he sliced off the excess immediately and stored it for future use. Rice was even more serious. He bought a digital scale just for food measurement. Before cooking, he poured the rice into a bowl and weighed it. If it exceeded 250 grams, he removed grains one by one. Sometimes he would remove just 2 grains and shake his head. Rice is costly in this country. We must be wise. Behind him, the children stood quietly, watching like inmates waiting for food rations. In Martin's house, food was not enjoyment. It was calculation. It was discipline. It was survival training. His wife, Martina, was a gentle and quiet woman, not because she lacked words, but because experience had taught her that speaking too much in her home only invited trouble. She was patient, the kind that swallowed pain and still smiled. Whenever she gathered courage to ask for money, she spoke softly. "Martin, we need food money." "Martin, the children need school supplies." Would sigh deeply, like someone asked to lift a mountain. "Martina, do you think money grows on trees?" But here was the painful truth, Martin never lacked money for himself. New phone. He bought it. Airtime finished. He recharged instantly. At work, he never missed lunch, snacks, or soft drinks. Sometimes he bought things he didn't even need. At home, Martin was a calculator. At the office, he was Santa Claus. And the reason for that version of him was a young woman named Sandra. Sandra was vibrant, attractive, always well-dressed. Her clothes were colorful, her perfume expensive. She loved comfort, good food, fine clothes, and she knew exactly how to talk to Sabrinas. Whenever she called him, her voice softened. "Baby." And immediately, Martin forgot all logic. His careful planning melted away. One afternoon at work, his phone buzzed. It was Sandra. "Baby, my landlord is disturbing me. My rent is 4 million naira." If Martina had sent that message, Martin would have asked 10 questions. But this was Sandra. He didn't pause. He didn't calculate. He didn't complain. He opened his banking app and typed in 4 million naira. He smiled proudly and sent it. But in his excitement, he didn't check the details. The money didn't go to Sandra. It went to his wife. At home, Martina was washing plates. Water running, soap bubbles everywhere. The children were outside playing. The house was calm. Then her phone beeped. She ignored it at first, thinking it was a random message. But something made her look. She wiped her hands, picked up the phone, and stared. She blinked. Looked again. Checked the sender. It was her husband. Her lips parted slightly. "So, this man has money like this." She didn't call him. She didn't react. She simply locked her phone and continued washing plates like nothing happened. Later, on his way home, Sandra called. "I haven't received the money." Martin told her to relax, maybe bank delay. The next morning, Martina woke up early, dressed nicely, and went out. She bought a full bag of rice. Big gallons of oil. plenty meat. New clothes. Hair done. Nails done. Even yogurt for the children. When the children saw everything, they asked, "Mommy, are we rich?" She smiled. "Eat first." At work, Sandra started calling again. "Baby, you didn't send the money." Martin checked his phone. His heart dropped. The money was sitting in his wife's account. God, is this how my life will end? He rushed home. Food was on the table. Real food. Soup thick with meat. His heart pounded. He cleared his throat. "Martina." "Yes." She replied calmly. "Yesterday. When you were with your phone, did you notice anything strange?" "Strange how?" "You know, alerts, mistakes, things entering where they shouldn't." She smiled lightly and continued eating. "I see many things on my phone every day." "So, nothing surprised you?" She looked straight at him. "Should something surprise me?" He laughed nervously. No, just conversation." She nodded. Conversation is good in marriage. That night, Martin couldn't sleep. The house was too quiet. No complaints. No arguments. Why wasn't she asking questions? He went outside and called his bank. "Yes sir, 4 million naira was successfully credited to Mrs. Martina Martin." His knees almost gave way. He remembered measuring yam. Weighing rice. Sending children to bed with water. But for another woman, he didn't calculate anything. Tears filled his eyes. That night, he hugged his wife. "I am sorry. I have been selfish. I forgot what family means." From that day, everything changed. No more measuring. No more food restrictions. The house lacked nothing again. Martina never mentioned the money. Martin never asked. But one thing was clear, the stingy man had finally learned. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and share for more funny and heartwarming African tales.